So we just finished with creating some of the parts and more. All right, we're gonna go ahead and try to put some of the part together to get the assembly. So here's a picture of what the assembly when it's done look like. And so we're gonna go ahead and learn how to do it. Okay, so first make sure that you have all the parts that you created. Then I believe I can go ahead and link all the file to the parts that we're using in the video in the description of the video so you can use it and download it and use it. All right, so what we're going to go is go to new, and then we're going to go ahead and click on the standard IAM, that will be assembly, and hit create. When that is loading, you will be in a different environment, which will see a symbol on the top left here. We're going to go ahead and click place, and we're going to go ahead and find those parts. So first, we're going to place our 13 holes angle. That will be our foundations. I'm going to drop it here, and then I'll hit escape. So that will be the part that I have. Now it's floating. First thing we need to do is we need to make sure that the foundation cannot move, right? Right click on the part and we go down here and hit grounded. Now it cannot move. Also on the tree on the left, you will see that you have a little pin next to the part. All right. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and place our next thing in here. I'm going to go ahead and place my hex standoff. I will drop it right there. I'll hit escape. It's hard to see, but it's right there. And then I right click this. I'm going to go ahead and go down and set free rotate. Then I can rotate it upwards like so. Okay, hit escape to get out. So that is a part that I have. I'm going to go ahead and assemble this into here to this hole. So first I'm going to put this underneath this part. And also what I'm going to do later is I'm going to go ahead and put in the machine screw. So I'm going to screw the screw through the hole here and then into this hex standoff. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that one thing at a time. So first, right click to go to the constraint. And here, I'm going to go ahead and constrain the center of this hex stand to the center of the hole. Hit apply. All right. I'll hit escape to get out to show you something. So now the only thing I can do is go up and down. You can see this hole are aligned already. Okay. There it is. So I cannot do anything but go up and down. I cannot move left or right because the center of the two are aligned. Next, right, physically you cannot go through the parts, right? So the top face of the hex stand gonna touch the bottom face of this 19 hole bar. So what we're gonna do, again, we can go up here to hit constraint or right click to hit constraint. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and select the top face of that. Then I'll rotate my part here so that I can see the bottom of it. And then I'll select the bottom face of that, hit apply. Now you can see that is touching there. Okay, now I can only rotate it like so. I cannot move up or down. I cannot glide it anywhere. All right, next we're gonna go to place. We're gonna go grab our machine screw, hit open, and right there, hit escape. Same thing, right click to constraint the center of this hole right here to the center of the screw, hit apply, and as you can see at this point, I can just go up and down. I cannot move anywhere, and of course I can rotate, right? So it's rotating. You can pay a little more close attention. You can see that it's rotating, right? The next thing we're going to do, again, the bottom face of the screws and the top face of this flat bar of this angle, flat angle, will touch. All right, so right click on the constraint. So I'm going to touch the top face of that, then rotate to here where we can see the bottom of my little screw, hit apply there, and we can click on the house so we can see that that is done. It's rotating here, and you can do the same thing down here. I'm looking at the picture to make sure where it's supposed to be. It's going to be at the third hole. So now instead of go to place and place another part, we're going to go right over here at the hex stand. We're going to click on that and we're going to drag it out. We're going to have another one, and I can do the same thing with the swings with the screw, and I have it there. Now I'm going to do one thing at a time here. Right, that's how I do it. Right click, hit constraint, same thing, zoom in, you can see it, the center of that, and we set the third hole, so zoom in, we see that, hit apply, and then hit escape to get out. You can see it's right there, it's perfect, right? Right click, constraint, and I am zoom in to see the bottom top face of that, and I know that top face is going to touch the bottom face of the part here. Hit apply, click on the house, voila, hit escape. We're going to go to machine screw, take it out. We have a machine screw, right click, constraint, center of the part. You see how it show up that. Make sure that it show up. There you go. Hit apply. The next thing we're going to do is we're also already in constraint. So we're going to click on that one, rotate the part so we can see the bottom of the screw, zoom in, zoom out, hit apply. So we have those, as you can see. That's how you learn how to do the constraint here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our, here's a picture by the way, so you can just grab the image here, pause the video, you can see it. So we're going to go ahead and get the triangle in, and then we're going to screw everything in, and we're not going to put anything in behind the so we're just going to put the screw, we're not going to put the stand off or not do anything, we're just going to get it in. Based on this here, what do we have? Hex standoff. There are only two hex standoff. You can see the quantity here is 2, so that means one down here, one down there. We got 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's nothing behind this screw here. The triangle, there's 1, and then the 13 hole, that's 1. All right. So right there, I'm counting 1, 2. I got 2 hex standoff. I'm counting the triangle. I got 1 triangle. I'm counting the screw. I got 4 screws. So that's what I've been counting. All right, anyhow, we're done. So we're going to go ahead and place our triangle into this right there. Hit escape. So again, we constrain this. The face going to touch, so that face going to touch the face in the bottom on the back of this. It's metal, so they will not go through, right? Any physical product cannot go through one another. It's kind of hard to see, but it's white. All right, but it's there. All right, it's touching. All right. The next thing we're going to do is escape to get out. I'm going to click the house again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click this part, go up and down. So I'm going to zoom in here. I want to align this little slot, the flat part, with the flat part here. So right click, constraint, this right here, and that right there. I'm going to constrain them. Oh, it's zoom around, so I'm going to hit escape to get out. I'm going to constrain the edge to the edge then. All right, so I'm going to constrain those, hit apply, hit escape, and you can see I can glide them along the way. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. That's how you can constrain certain things. All right, I'm going to do this right here, and I'm going to zoom in real quick. I'm going to go ahead now, constrain based on the picture here, is that this little section and that little there, I want to make sure that the centers show up. That we constrain that so they are aligned based on the picture here. Okay, because I'm going to put a screw in right here. So that is done, and I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel here. And then I'll go back and get the screw, bring it out. All right, I'm going to orientate it this so I can go through this slot by right click on it and go down to free move, free rotate, I'm sorry. Then I can rotate it. Okay, there you are, hit escape. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to move it closer to here. I'm going to right click, constraint, make sure that's show up, and then I'm going to zoom in here. I want to make sure that this also show up. Give me that center, please. Right there. Okay, hit apply. Now the next part will be this face. and I'm going to rotate it. The bottom face of the screw will be touching. Hit apply, hit escape to get out. Click on the house, and you can see if I zoom in real quick, this is also rotating. Okay, that's a screw. All right, the next thing we're going to do, and we're also going to go ahead and put a screw over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this screw so I know that it's screw number 3. So I click here and move it in. Okay. All right, next we're going to go ahead and do the last constraint here, right there, center, and then I want to make sure that show up, hit apply, and then I want this face, and I'm going to rotate it until I see the back of my screw. Now it's hard to see, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit escape to get out real quick. Click on the house to go back there. I'm going to drag the screw out all the way here. Now I can go ahead and do it again. Constraint, the front face, then I rotate to see the bottom face of my screws. Zoom in and select it. Hit apply, and here we are. I'm going to hit escape to get out. That is how you do the assembly of this part. Okay? Cannot move, screw in. It's already locked in over here. All right, the only thing that I can do here is rotating. All right, enjoy. If you did this correctly, everything, if you use the part that I include in the, if you use the same part that I'm using right now, meaning it should be in the description of this video, then you go to File and you go to iProperties, and you can go to Physical and you can update your information. You can see the mass of the part, and this is in, so you can change all of that information later, but here you can change your units and stuff so you can see it different. But here, what units am I using? Let's go to Tools, Document Setting, Units, and I can change this to millimeter, minutes, grams, degree, apply, close. So now I can go back to my iProperties, Physical, and then you can see now I'm in grams. So you should get this information here and the center of mass, center of gravities, mass, area, volumes, all that stuff. All right, enjoy.